Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Mosby and more importantly, happy Thanksgiving everybody. I hope you're having a brilliant time. Hope all the preparations are going well and you're looking forward to a brilliant day. We certainly are here at Crafters TV because we're going to be celebrating along with you this Thanksgiving Day. And also we're going to be bringing you some amazing deals because we've launched Black Friday early and on this Creative Craving show. No different because we have got some amazing deals to bring to you right across the next couple of hours. Deals galore, demonstrations galore as well. And the man to provide those is the one and only Scotty Hottie. It's Craig.
Hey Ben, hey guys. I know, back again.
Yeah.
Back again. That's been a quick hour turnaround, hasn't it? Really has. So yeah, we've got a nice selection throughout, you know, whether you're starting off, whether you're more advanced, whether you're die cutting, whether you're stamping, whether you're inking, maybe you want to get a bit more info on our scoreboard and our envelope box maker. We've got a great selection on this Creative Cravings.
We certainly have, and as always, we encourage you to get involved, say hello, ask any questions, that's what we're here for, and send us your comments as well. If you just want to say hello, like Lil Craft has from North Yorkshire, Diane from Tennessee, Carleen says hi again everyone, Burke Bun says happy Thanksgiving to all my US friends from beautiful San Diego, Mad Hatters Craft says good evening everyone. Hello everyone, get in touch, say hello, Facebook, YouTube, and of course you can get in touch with us on our email as well, which is studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Now, with it being Black Friday week, I suppose it is here at Crafters TV, we've had some amazing deals. Today has been no different once again, and the thing is, there's lots of savvy shoppers here who get involved nice and early before the show starts and start buying all of the goodies that we got. I was really looking forward to bringing this bundle to you here, this amazing tote with, well, freebies in there. Is like we had loads of goodies in there actually. We had scissors, we had tweezers, there was a free little tote bag in there as well, there was glue, there was all sorts. It was brilliant to be fair, but it looks like everyone's got on the web, and I've got to do it to you. Don't scream and shout, but this is now
sold out!
What a team, eh? What a team. Gone.
I think we need that on a t-shirt. Yeah, t-shirt.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Don't scream and shout, but it's now
turn around, sold out.
Sold out. Who can make that happen?
We'll see. We'll speak to Bernie.
I'm seeing Bernie on Saturday.
There you go.
Bernie, if you're watching. Now, as well as that excitement, we have got the excitement of the Crafters Companion charity crafty stocking gesture. What's wrong with my words today? Stocking decoration 2020. This is going to look great hung on your Christmas tree, which hopefully looks a bit better than ours. I mean, it's not the greatest tree in the world, is it really? But here's the thing. This is what you're going to get. This really cool little decoration in Crafters Companion colours, of course. Crafters Companion 2020, and the stocking, unsurprisingly, is filled with crafty goodies. There's cardstock in there, there's some scissors, little pokey tool, you've got a little cotton ribbon there as well, and also a little glue gun too. Now it's $5.99 or $8.99, or you can get it on a 2 for £10 or $15 deal. And the brilliant thing is as well, this is going to help because all profits from this will be going to the Bradley Lowry Foundation, a brilliant charity here in the UK, which helps children who are particularly well. You can find out more details about it on our website, but grab this today. Seriously, it's going to look great on the tree, isn't it? You're going to love getting it out each and every year, and you know that you're helping a fantastic charity as well. So do not miss out on that. Right, other things to tell you about on this Creative Cravings, because there are plenty of goodies to bring to you. So let's show you, because there's plenty to be getting on with and showing you over the course of this show. It is all about pop-up boxes, it is all about discovery kits, but let's show you the pop-up boxes first of all. This is amazing. If you've seen the pop-up boxes before, you'll know all about them, I'm sure, but here you have got the Stamp and Die collections, which are going to bring you all of the characters and the themes to pop up out of your box. So you've got Ocean Paradise, Once Upon a Time, Vintage Tea Party, I Believe in Fairies, Back to Nature, Happy Birthday, and Floral Boutique. Great saving on this as well, by the way, £66 or $89. More on that to come in just a little while. We've also got stencils on the show for you as well. The Kaleidoscope Layering Stencils collection, 24 elements here, and again, just a great deal, saving 50% plus an additional 25% as part of our Black Friday deals. Again, more on that to come in just a bit, but I always say, I truly believe that if you're looking to get into crafting or getting somebody into crafting, stenciling is a really, really good craft to go to, because it is something that you can get great results from straight away at minimal cost as well, particularly today. Next up, this deal is brilliant. This is the Scoremaster board and the Envelobox Creator Scoreboard. Now, the way that this works out is that you have got the Envelobox, which is back in stock, but the way it works out, it's like you're getting that for free when you get the Scoremaster and that 12x12 paper pad as well. $25.98 or $38.94. Heck of a deal, and if you want to get your hands on the Envelobox Creator, get that today. And then also on the show, the Aqua Tints from Spectrum Noir, 24-piece collection with 30 sheets of your watercolour card as well. The colours you get in there, phenomenal, and the deal on that, phenomenal. It's a half price deal, £55 or $85 if you want to go for that today. Now, we've also got on the show a brilliant bundle on the Spectrum Noir Discovery Kits. First time I've seen these, and actually I think they are super brilliant because, again, it gives you a bit of a taste of everything, and depending on what your colouring style is, you've got a kit for you. However, first up, I am the bearer of bad news. I seem to be the bad news bear today, don't I really? We did hope to bring you, well, not only a bundle, but also the individual of this one here, the manga comic Discovery Kit, but unfortunately, as happened earlier on with the Hero Toolkit, this, don't scream and shout, but it's now
sold out!
Yeah, it's gone. It was uber popular last time we had it, and it is proving very popular once again in that that has gone. However, the good news is you can still get your hands on this amazing bundle here, which brings you everything that you really need to get into your colouring. It's brilliant. Now, this whole bundle is a saving of $26.94 or $33.70. 6 ranges to choose from, and basically each range gives you the ability to focus on a particular style of colouring. So you've got your modern calligraphy, you've got your creative colouring, you've got your illustration, watercolour, blended mandalas, and your concept design as well. And as I've said, the great thing here is, depending on what style of colouring you're more interested in, you've got the kits allowing you to kind of focus on that. And within each of the kits as well, you have got hints and tips from various artists too. So you've kind of got everything that you need to get started, as well as cardstock and things to start your colouring with, as well as that. So let's go over to Craig, because I know he has got one of the kits there, which we're going to have a bit of a look in. But the brilliant thing, Craig, I suppose with this is, no matter what sort of your style, you've got a kit for you, really, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. Could be alcohol colouring, you know, it could be your watercolours, it could be obviously all the ones that you've just gone through as well. So a nice starter kit. What you've got as well with these ones here is that ability to take them that wee bit further. So if you're a beginner, then don't be scared, you know, you can absolutely still use these, and then you can always follow techniques that are on our website as well as YouTube, and then start to progress. However, these are also designed for those that are experienced colourists, but want to even take it to that wee bit further. So maybe you actually want to start to mix your classic pens. You heard me right, mixing your classic pens. You can be doing all these things. So for instance, when it comes to the creative colourings, we have got, which are some of our classic colours, so you will already know and love some of these ones, but then what we've got on these ones is, you've got the 5 of them. So for in this one here, the creative colouring, you've got your carnation, denim, aniseed, honeydew, and also ice grey 5, but you've also got your art liner as well. So this is when, once you've done your colouring, if you want to come in and add that fine detail, then you can do. It's 0.1 millimetres for these one. That's how fine that the black art liners are. Quick to dry as well. But then within the actual box, what you're getting, it's called the Discovery Box because you get to discover all the different techniques that you can do. So what you will also get within the box, as well as your colours, colours, you're also going to get some of these ones. So these are our colour and cardstock. So it's like our Nina within these ones here. So you've got some that are left blank, so you can come along and do all of your stamping and colouring if you so wish. But then what you've also got is you also get some that are already pre-printed. So it's about 3 blank and 3 pre-printed, which matches the image that are on each individual design box. Then what you can do is using the colours, using the techniques within the booklet, but then also using the techniques that you can go online and have a look. So you can always go online to spectrumnoir.com/discover. You can get a lot more ideas, hints and tips. But within the booklet, depending on which discovery kit you are buying, you get a meet the artist. So on this one, you've got Cara and all about her and where she comes from. You know, she's from Columbus, Ohio. She likes her signature character designs, and that runs through when it comes to your colouring that you're going to do at home, like you've got in the pre-printed. But then it's getting to know your tools, so getting to know your classic pens. So this is going to be even good, even if you've got a classic range, but you just want to be just having a little bit more in-depth knowledge and other ways that you can use them that you don't always see us doing at Crafter's Companion. So this is going to be good as well. Tells you why you've got your fine liner as well, the know-how of how to use it, where to use it. For instance, if I turn this one over just here, it's going to show you how you can actually mix your colours by even using the fine liner. So on this top one here, you're mixing the actual colours together to get different shades, but then it's using your art liner, you know, whether it's doing crisscross or dots, it's to get the shadowing in with your colouring without adding more colour. You're doing the colour and shading when it comes to your art liner as well. But then going over into the next bit as well, this is more about mixing your colours. So if you were to mix the carnation with the aniseed on this one here, you're going to get an orange colour. However, you would think that would get exactly the same if you mix the blue and the pink together, but you don't. You get a completely different shade. So it's about mixing. Then mixing again onto another scale, but what it's about is kind of doing your pinpoints on top of the ends of your classic pens. So what I mean by that is if I take, for instance, the pink and the yellow, so the carnation and the aniseed, it steps you through how you can do things like this. Now, you're ready for this, Ben? You might want to hold your breath for this one. You're going to hold? So this is where it teaches you how you can do things touching the nibs. So I am touching the nibs. Don't worry, I'm not cross-contaminating. Not cross-contaminating whatsoever. But then, all that I'm just then going to do, you might want to stop now, Ben, you can actually breathe. You can breathe.
Thank you.
But it just goes to show, so if I start with the yellow, and then I go with the pink as well. So if I left it on a lot longer, so I should have left it on a way bit longer for you to see, but I'm going to circle this area here. It's got more of a yellowy tint. So it's more yellow, so if I go that way, more of a yellow working its way in. So the longer you leave it, the more effect that you're going to get, which in that instance, what you're going to be able to do is do things like this one as well. So if you want to go right back to the beginning and just colour, you want to learn a wee bit more as to what you already know with the classic pens, these are then going to be brilliant as well. But as Ben said earlier on, you know, you've got that nice selection. So whether it's alcohol, whether it's watercolours, all these different things. What about gifts? What about stocking fillers? All these different ones as well. And it's classic. It's Spectrum Noir. It is the best of the best when it comes to these discovery kits.
Thank you, Greg. And just to say as well, because that's a little bit ambiguous, isn't it, on the screen there? 6 ranges to choose from. You get all of them. That threw me a little bit. So that you can choose from the ranges individually, but at this price, £45, you get all of them. So all of the ones that I went through are included in that price. It's the best ever bundle price we've done, all right? So if you've been thinking, tell us, aren't I? Today is the day to go for that collection because you're saving over £26, over $33, £45, $62. Take off your platinum membership and it comes down even further for you as well. So don't miss out on that. We're going to be exploring that in more detail in just a bit. If you love your colouring as well, by the way, you will love your tri-blends. Now, again, the tri-blends we've got on the show for you are phenomenal. 2 for $35 or $50, $19.99 individually. I'll just show you a few of these. Of course, the ones you've got on your screen there aren't the ones. Hang on a minute. Got them all out of order. Someone's come over this side and shuffled them all up to make me look silly. I wonder who that could have been, who shuffled them all up and put them in the wrong order. Craving!
Was it?
It was. Now, of course, with your tri-blends, these are brilliant if you're wanting to get into your colouring, if you're wanting to be able to seamlessly blend all of your colours. These are the pens to go for because, well, you've got 6 pens, haven't you? But it's like having 3 colours within one pen. Your light, your dark and your medium to create amazing blends. In your florals, you've got your bright pink, you've also got your lavender, you've got your purple, you've got your dark red, your orange and your citrus as well. These are phenomenal pens, they really, really are. And as I say, a great way for you to really begin to enjoy your colouring and become an expert very quickly indeed. You also have got the opportunity to go for your natural blends. Then in there, you've got your portrait blends. So again, these are sort of more of your sort of skin colours. We've then got woodland shades in there, your greens and your browns, sort of more autumnal colours. You've got your jewel shades available for you as well. Remember, $19.99 individually, or 2 for $35 or 2 for $50. You've then got your exotic blends in there as well. Look at the beautiful colours that you've got in there, including your gold yellow, magenta, alpine green in there too. Then you've got your vintage blends. Again, remember 6 pens, but 3 colours or 3 hues within each pen gives you the 18. And then finally, you've got your gorgeous coastal blends as well, which is all of your gorgeous blues. Imagine being by the seaside there. $19.99 or $29.95, or as I say, 2 for $35 or 2 for $50. Great way to stock up on your tri-blends, or indeed begin your collection of your tri-blends, because once you've started with them, you want to come back and get more and more and more. Now, excited to say on this show, we have got the pop-up box, which I just think is brilliant, because you know me, I love kind of cards that do something, that have a bit of motion or a bit of animation, and these pop-up boxes are just that. Now, you'll need to go for the pop-up box die itself, which we'll show you in just a little bit. But this collection here brings you all of the characters that will be popping out of your box. And again, what I love with this is you've got a whole host of different themes. Now, of course, you can use these in other projects as well, should you wish to, but these work perfectly with that pop-up box. So you get stamps and dies within each collection. This one here is your Ocean Paradise, and unsurprisingly, it's all about the mermaids, it's all about the fish, it's all about the beautiful jellyfish in there as well, and coral and seahorses and all sorts. You get all of the dies and the stamps to create these beautiful characters that you can then pop into your pop-up boxes as well. Now, not only the Ocean Paradise, you're also going to receive Once Upon a Time. It's rainbows and unicorns, it's princesses and hearts and all things very, very cute and fairy tale-y, if that's a word. Then within the collection, you're going to get your vintage tea party. This is rather cute because it's cakes, it's cups of tea, pots of tea. You've got a gorgeous little cake stand in there as well. 42 elements within that collection. And of course, you've got the stamps for all of those dies as well. Next up is I Believe in Fairies. Absolutely love this. It's the fairy door with those beautiful fairies, and you've got flowers in there too. 28 elements within that collection. Next up, Back to Nature. If you love your flowers, who doesn't? You've got that in abundance here. Flowers and tree trunks. There's a little birdhouse in there as well. And once again, once you've got that pop-up box die, these are going to look absolutely brilliant as projects. Happy Birthday again is just amazing. It's cakes, it's presents, it's balloons, it's hearts, and so much more. And then last but by no means least, your Floral Boutique. Again, lots of flowers, lots of butterflies in there as well. £66 or $89, saving 25% plus another 15%. Normally almost £105 or $140. Today, £66 or $89 makes that a phenomenal buy. It's a huge, and add, so I always forget that. Add your club discount onto that as well. That's another £13.20 off that, isn't it? £52.80. Have I just done the maths on that? But of course, if you want to get the effect of the pop-up box, you'll need the base die, basically. I mean, you can use those individually should you wish. However, this is what you will want to use them with, the pop-up box die, all right? And it basically, this is the mechanism, this is the working bit here, which gives you the ability to make your box, which looks like so, all right? So it folds flat, which is the brilliant thing, first of all. And then, if you can see there, you get all of the bits and pieces to kind of create the slats, if you like, to be able to create the layers and the dimension of all the different characters that you can pop into the box. You also get lots of other bits and pieces, like the little tags that you can pop on the box to decorate it as well. But it's a really clever system. And again, pop it through your die cutting machine and away you go. So for $19.99 today, or £31, get that with your collection of all the characters, and then you are away. I mean, who is not going to love a card which, when they open it up, pops out and you've got all these beautiful characters jumping out of the box? The kids are going to absolutely love that, I am sure. $19.99 or $31 if you want to go for that today. And then, of course, you're probably going to want to have a way to decorate your boxes as well. And as I said, you know, by no means is this just a paper pad that you're going to use with the pop-up box, but you're going to use this with this and even more. Love the papers here, 8x8 size, 48 sheets in here, and take a look at all of the gorgeous designs that you've got. And again, kind of crossing all seasons and all tastes, and you can see, just looking through, how some of them kind of like this one, a little bit more whimsical. So you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I can use that with, you know, this collection. You can see you've got your stripes in there, you've got your flowers in there, you've got some gorgeous sort of brickwork in there as well. So many, all those chevrons in there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And that is yours today for just $9.99 or $14.95. So a really good way to get those pop-up boxes looking amazing. But I hear you cry, how easy is it to work all of this? Is it difficult? Is it hard to do? Will I be able to do it if I'm quite new to the world of crafting? Well, let's ask the main man himself. Is it easy to do?
It is.
Good news.
It is. It's one of those, once you've done one, you'll be flying off with all excitement. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
So let's show you some of the things you can be making. Now, these will all go through your large Gemini if you want to have a real depth to your pop-up box. However, if you want to have a real shallow part, so we're looking just here, so we've got a nice shallow base, then it will go through your Gemini Junior. So what we're going to say is most of the time you want to use your large Gemini, but don't fear, you can use your Junior if you want and only want a shallow base. I'll go over that in a wee bit more detail just shortly.
Love it.
You can see, depending on the colours you use, what pattern papers you use, what about maybe just using blacks with your gilding waxes and your embossing powders. Look at that, doesn't that look absolutely incredible? And then I really like this one, just all blue. Blue on this one, using a Once Upon a Time. You know, it's certainly different for this one. Kerry had made this one, but I don't know, it's really quite effective. Yeah. Having all blue, it's like the Ice Queen, you know.
It is,
yeah. Very much that sort of style.
Yeah.
So what we've got is, we'll get through a few demos. So for this one, I'll kind of step you through making the initial box to start with before we decorate. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need 2 layers or 2 sheets of your cardstock. I tend to always use a white stamping card. You can use any cardstock to make these ones. And then you will need your box base. So we're going to take this out. As Ben says, you've got tags in here, you've even got your mats and layer dies in here, and you've got your little panel where that's going to create your little pop-out steps. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one just here, and at the moment all you need to do is just die cut one of them, and then we're going to do a second one in a moment. Yep. So it's simply, all you need to do is just make sure the top part here is up against the top part of your cardstock. So we're just going to pop that up there along the top.
What cardstock are you using?
So this is just going to be our white stamping card that I'm using. So this is going to be the base of our pop-up box, and what it's going to do is it's then just going to create a nice crisp clean box for us. However, what you can then do is then either do your inks. We've got some sparkle inks on the show. Yeah. You know, you could start to create your own backgrounds, or as you were then showing, that you could use your paper pad like we've been doing. Yeah. So it's wafer thin die, so it just means that it's that's not going to work, is it?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
That's not going to work, is it?
No.
No.
Come back to me for a second.
Yeah,
if you want.
Go back to you for a sec.
Craig's a little bit lost over there. Hey, lots of lovely comments already coming in. Mary on YouTube says, I'm just getting into card making and having a lot of fun. That's what this is all about. He's wandering around the studio.
How can a large Gemini go missing?
No, I'll keep filling, mate. I'll keep filling.
You've got it. Bet, stand back a bit.
Okay. That'll teach you for messing with my pens around, won't it? Eh? I did that on purpose. I know I didn't. Or did I? Anne on Facebook says, I've been wanting the lettering one ever since it came out. Finally ordered it. Hope I can learn how. That's in relation to some of the kits that we've got coming up. But yeah, lots of lovely messages coming in. Sally on Facebook, I've just finished making 12 Christmas pop-up boxes. Sally, send us pictures. By the way, if you have used any of these starter kits before, these discovery kits I should say, if you've used the pop-up boxes and you want to show us what you've been doing, send in the pictures to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Can't believe, they didn't have the machine ready. Oh, are you ready over there now? Can we carry on?
No, I'm all right.
Oh, dear.
I just want to... Laura will edit that bit out later on. That won't go out live. That's fine. Perfect, great. Right, so let's cut. Now, we're going to be using our large Gemini for this one. So we're just going to run that one through. The actual, if you hadn't figured already we're using the large Gemini, then where have you been? You may have heard this crack. The bottom plate I'm using is a relatively new one. So because these box dies have got real straight edges, straight lines, you'll sometimes get that cracking noise. That's fine, absolutely normal, so don't worry. So we're going to take this one off. Not worried about tearing at the moment because we're going to then just chop these bits off in a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that exactly same thing again with our next piece of cardstock. So let's just take our tape off. So I'm just going to make sure I've matted that at the top. It doesn't matter about how much white cardstock you've got at each end, as long as you've got a little bit, which means you're in with your card. And then we're just going to run that one through again. So you're going to need your craft knife and you're going to need your guillotine just to trim off the edges just here. And then what we've got as well on the show that we're going to show you later on is the Score Master. You're going to need that as well. If you don't have that just now, you can use your grids within your guillotine just here to actually score the lines, but we'll show you that as well.
Four Holidays on YouTube says, you guys are wonderfully entertaining. Woefully underprepared, I would say, but there you go, let me go back to he's hiding now. He's hiding.
I dropped my cardstock. I know that's fine. Ben's talking. I'll not get caught there. I'll be able to duck down. No.
Oh dear.
So now that we've cut these two bits, what I want to do is so this part here, what we want to do is just cut all the way down. So we're just continuing that line all the way down. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to trim that excess and we're going to do the same at this side just here. But again, just using our guillotine. So I'm just making sure my edge, if I tip it that way, we can see that my edge of my pop-up box is just to that edge. So I'm going to cut straight down, so we're just getting rid of that excess bit just here.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that around and I'm going to do exactly the same. So we just want to take this excess part of the tab away. So I'm just going to match that one up and we're going to cut down. So then that takes that strand off and then that gives us our pop-up element that you can see here. So we'll do that bit of scoring just in a moment. I'm going to do exactly the same for this bit just here. All your score lines already come included, even little score lines to show you where to put the little pop-up tabs. So it's all done for you. So again, just cutting down and just continuing along that cut edge. So we're going to go all the way around and we're going to do that once again. So if you don't have a guillotine, use your craft knife and ruler, or if you've got like a paper trimmer, one of the V-blade paper trimmers, that will work as well. It's just whatever you've got to hand. So there is our two pop-up elements. So what we need to do is, we've got now in the middle of these parts here, what you've got is you've got an embossed score line just here. So we want to continue that all the way down. And same with this bit here, there's a little score line just here. Yeah. We want to continue that all the way down. So this is where our Score Master or our large score board is going to come in handy. So what we're just going to do is, I'm just going to turn this one around and then I'm just going to make sure, so I can just actually feel there that I'm in the groove. So we're just going to score all the way down. And then we're going to do the same on this tab bit here. So I'm just following the pre-score line already there, and I'm just going to continue it. The reason I do this upside down, in case you wonder, is if I do it that way, I find I'm not in a perfect score line.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is the score line to the side of it is just off very slightly from this cut line. So if I turn it around, that means all that I need to do is just follow that cut line where it ends and just score up, and it's in that perfect groove. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this one.
Just to say as well, details on the bottom of your screen there, because we've got the Scoremaster, the Envelope Box Creator, and the 12x12 pad in a deal. The way it works out is that you get the 12x12 and the Scoremaster, and you get the Envelope Box Creator for free. And it's good that we've got that back in stock as well. So if you want to grab that today, details just down there. Look, there you go. $38.97, $53.89 is what it usually is. $25.98 or $38.94 today. Super deal to have all of those at your disposal as well. And it just makes life a lot easier for you as well. So the Scoremaster and the 12x12 will give you the Envelope Box Creator for free. Woohoo! Yeah.
Unbelievable deal so far with that foil press earlier on Masterclass.
What's going on?
And then you're getting that one as well. It's awesome. And the thing is, you know, your envelope box maker, that's going to work great because you guys stateside, you don't really do a lot of 8x8 cards, and you don't do a lot of 7x7 cards, and you're always saying you can't get 7x7 envelopes. So now not only can you do them yourself, but you can make boxes and that to go with them. So that's how it's such a great tool to have within your stash. So all that I've just done is I just folded along those score lines. Now I've popped some red tape, so either your wet glue or your red tape, and I'm just going to peel them off. And then all that I'm going to do with that tab is I'm just going to line that one up. Now you can cut these to size before you line these up if you want. I like to assemble it, then cut it.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is what I will show you in a second. So I'm going to now just line that base bit up just here, and then I'm going to fold that. Then there starts to be the pop-up element of your card.
Yeah.
So if I just bend that front one, and then bend that one, and then bend that one, you can see now that we have got a real tall pop-up box. So this is what I mean by assembling it, and then now what you're going to do is you're going to decide how tall you actually want it.
Yeah.
Maybe you want it that tall, maybe you want it a lot shorter, it's up to yourself. So bring in your guillotine again, or use the grids on your glass mat and use, you know, a pencil as well as a craft knife and ruler. So this top part, this always stays upright because that's going to be the back, so therefore that is the top of your pop-up box. So what I'm just wanting to do is I'm going to then decide, I like to just pop my whole pop-up box in because our guillotine, that's going to work well. So what I'm going to do is I want it to be 10 inches tall. So from the base up to the top, I want to be 10 inches. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop the top of my pop-up box to 10 inches, and I'm just going to line that one up, and then I'm just going to cut down, and then there we go. We've now got our pop-up box that is 10 inches tall. So it's up to you now to decide actually how tall that you want it to be. So that's how you can do it. And that's what I mean by I assemble mine, then cut it. But if you wanted to cut both layers first before assembling it, you absolutely can. That is no problem at all.
Super duper. So nice and easy so far. That's why you need this in your life, really, because it just makes life so much easier for you, doesn't it, when you're popping these together. $19.99 or $31. And actually lots of lovely comments already coming in saying how great the pop-up boxes are. Love doing the pop-up boxes, says Anne. Such fun, and you can just put about anything in there. And Mary Lee on YouTube, pop-up boxes really easy to put together. I love them, kids love them, and adults love them. Perfect for everybody. Susie T on YouTube, I love this pop-up set. I made my sister one for my birthday. And this is the point with them. They are so super duper versatile, and when you go for the character collections as well, you've then pretty much got something for every occasion, really, haven't you, with these?
You can do. And then think about your other collections that you've got. Think about your peekaboo.
Oh, yeah.
All of these stamps. Now, why not incorporate these ones as well? So you can have the peekaboo elements that are just peeking out of your pop-up box. Think of any of the other collections. You've got any of the cute characters of that in. Bring them in as well. What about photos at home of the little ones? You know, print them out like nice and small, and then they could be popping out too. All these good fun things that you can be doing with them.
Yeah. I notice a lot of people as well, when they put these boxes together, they tend to put the characters or whatever they're putting in the box on acetate as well, on little, what do you call them?
Boingy things?
Huh?
The boingy things?
The boingy things, yes.
Things?
The boingy things.
Yeah, you can do. So you can be doing them all in acetate. You can just pop them on the little strips are ready to do in a moment. A couple of them actually we're going to do on this one is we're going to pop onto acetate as well. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 3 of these strips. So these are going to go in the center of your pop-up box. This is going to be kind of like the stapled element for the boingy bits. So all that we're going to do, I know, I love it. Again, white smooth stamping cardstock, although it can be any cardstock you've got at home, but keeping in mind you're not really going to be seeing this, so you know it doesn't have to be, you know, the nicest looking card, as long as it's a nice strong one.
Yeah.
But as you can see, these will go through your Gemini Mini, as well a lot of the actual stamps that come within each set. So just for speed, I'm just running this one through.
How many of the slats could you potentially put in your box? 4?
Well, they're... Sorry, Ben, I was butted in before you even finished.
No, it's fine. You carry on.
I was just a way to say there that there is actually, if I take, now if I got one that's already, so here we go. So this one I've got just here. Can you see you've actually got 3 embossed lines there? So if I tip it, hopefully we can see.
Oh yeah,
there's 3 embossed lines there.
Yeah.
Now that enables you to actually match up. So each of these lines, each of these grids have got a score line at each end.
Oh, yeah.
So all that you're going to do is just fold that in half. Then what's going to happen is your grids is going to be within the inside of the box. So therefore, on my one, the actual embossed lines are on the inside. It's just the way I folded it. So all that you're going to do is just going to match them up. So the end of your strap just matches up with the score line. So that enables you to do 3. However, there's nothing stopping you from doing 4 if you want, or 5 if you want. The embossed lines are just there as a bit of a guide for you. So yeah, have fun and do more if you want.
Good-o.
So these ones, I've got a couple already got my red liner tape. So this one we'll just put some of our tape runner adhesive on each side. And then this is where what we're going to do is, let's move that one. So this is the bit that's really hard for you to see. But all that I'm going to do is just exactly as I just explained to you a moment ago. This edge, I'm just going to match up against the embossed line on the inside. So don't need to be too precise, you know, because no one's really going to see this bit. It's just a bit of a guide so that you know where to put the little straps. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the other side. So again, I'm just matching that up against my embossed line. So then what I'm going to do is if I do it that way so you can see there, and then I'll go up above so that you can see just there. So that is the effect that we have got just here. Yeah. So this is how it's starting to look. So again, we'll just take the other couple off. Again, because this is construction, either use your red liner tape or your Collal tacky glue. I know we've got quite good deals on these ones. So just exactly the same, just take the next one, we're going to pop that one on, and then we're going to pop this one on just here. So we're just going to match them ones up. So there's the second one, and then what we'll do is I will just take this bit and then pop that one to that side. And so we just need to place that one in, just hold that one down, hold that one down just there. And then Ben, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just decorate one panel, then if we can go back to you, and then I can get my stamping elements and that all good to go, if that's all right. All right, no worries. So just move that one to that side, and then this is where all that I've just done is I've just started to decorate it, just with the pattern papers that are in that 8x8 cardstock, that card bundle. So you can see just there, I've got the 3 strands, I've started to decorate it. All I'm going to do is pop a couple more on there, and then I'll get set up for the stamping and die cutting.
Excellent stuff. Good demo, isn't it? Just to show how easy it is to put this together. Even the more fiddly bit, as Craig was describing it, of putting those slats in so you can put the boingy bits on, it's still not that fiddly, is it? It's easy to follow, it's easy to do, and in no time at all, you will be putting these together. One thing which is proving really popular as well is this ornate bow. Again, brilliant to use in conjunction with your pop-up boxes. Might be nice to go on the front, but actually also great for lots of other projects as well. £8 today, or $14, saving 20% if you want to go for that. Proving very, very busy indeed. So get him in your basket if that tickles your fancy. Also, the Discovery Kit's proving really popular as well. We're going to look at these in more detail in just a little while, but these are great. If you're wanting to get into colouring, this bundle is amazing. £45 or $62, where you get all of these, all right? All 6 packs. So one which focuses on calligraphy. So if you wanted to get into doing all of that beautiful writing, you've got the ability to do that. Amazing to be able to kind of write in that gorgeous style for your Christmas cards, Christmas tags and gifts this year. Amazing. You've got the creative colouring set again, which we looked at a little bit earlier on. So again, focusing on like a different side of colouring. We've got one for illustration for the art enthusiast. This one here is the watercolour set, so more for the sketching enthusiast. This is brilliant. Had the pleasure of meeting Baz Fernell, who kind of gives you some hints and tips on the blended mandalas. That's always really, really popular, and that's what that kit focuses on. And then we've got the concept design as well. So if you've got any kind of aspiring designers in the family or whatever it might be, that is the kit to go for. And what I love about this again is if you are a crafty family, if you've got kids perhaps who are, getting into art for GCSE, A-level, whatever it might be, you're spending £45 or $62, less than that. If you're a Platinum member, you've got 6 gift ideas for 6 different people really, really quickly, and gifts they're going to absolutely love. I think that's an awesome buy. 6 for 45. I mean, it's amazing. And again, for all ages, all abilities, that's the point with these as well. Kind of like give everybody a go if you want. £45 or $62. Those are available for you individually as well, but listen, we'll focus more on those a little bit later on. Right now, it's time to pop over to the side of the studio and see how we're getting on with our pop-up box.
We have completed it in the fact of we've decorated it. So if I turn this one around, the only extras I used was a bit of our yellow cardstock to do the mats and layers. So the pattern papers is from the 8x8 pattern cardstock. So you can see there we've got our little straps in there, and then that is our pop-up box good to go.
Awesome.
So I'm going to move that one to the side. We're going to be using the floral bouquet for this one. So you get the stamps, you've got the dies that coordinate just beautifully. But you can, of course, as I always say, why not use the stamps on their own? If you like to do your masking techniques, then you can do. And then just quickly to go back to the pop-up box, we have done this a few times on Crafter's Companion because it's one of your favourites that's already got it. It's one of our favourites, and so many you like to see different designs. But as well as going back to YouTube, you do get a little step-by-step guide. So if you can't remember, maybe you've already got it and then you can't remember what I said, you've got that little booklet to go back to that's in your little packaging. So it was just a wee one just to point out there. So I've got a few just already stamped out. So what I'm going to do with this one, stamp and then die cut, or die cut then stamp, whatever you feel comfortable with. I usually like to die cut then stamp, but simply for today, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight in and do the stamping first. And I'm going to use our tri-blend pens, which means we need our alcohol-proof ink pad, which is Noir Black that we're using. But I know we've got other ones on the website, like our Flagstone Rustic Brown. So you can start to use these ones as well to get different looks. Then what I'm just going to do is bring in my stamping mat, just so I get a nice, crisp, clean image. We're just going to press, and then we're going to stamp. So they're very nice, clear stamps to colour in. They're not, there's some smaller parts, but they're not too detailed. They've got a nice open area to colour in if you so wish. So there is one of them. So we'll stamp a couple more. So let's go on to, let's do the butterfly, and then let's do the flower head at the same time. And then I'm just going to stamp again, and then we're just going to use this one to pop on.
You've got the floral boutique, haven't you? That's what
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I have indeed.
Yeah, gorgeous. You get, as we said, you get so many different ones. The floral boutique one is there, by the way. I've got a little board for that, so it shows you everything that you get within that. So again, it's kind of ease of use again, really, because as you can see, you've got all of the beautiful stamps there, and then all of the dies which connect with the stamps. So it just makes it nice and easy for you to be able to, stamp these, colour these, die cut them out, and then pop them into your pop-up box. It's a very easy to use system, isn't it, Craig? Really.
It is. As I said right at the very start, once you've done your first pop-up box, because you might think at first, oh, we need to die cut it, but you know, where do I score it, where do I line it up? Once you've done one, it is one of those that it's like, oh yeah, really, really simple. So, you know, don't be too concerned or worried. We are all there on social media as well as YouTube to go back on, so just check us out there or ask us a question. So there we go. And the good thing with YouTube, as Laura says, which is spot on, you know, you can pause us, you can rewind us, and you can even mute us as well, which for some of us is a good thing.
Yeah, do you know if you've ever been muted on a show particularly, I wonder, Craig?
I'm bound to have, yeah. Bound to have. Yeah. Oh, it's him again with that Scottish tone. Let's just mute him.
No.
Oh,
That never happens. Not
bet you it does.
Not to the Scotty hottie. I can't imagine that at all. I can imagine you muting me.
For a minute, I actually did think that the mic wasn't working. I was like, oh no, it'll come back to me there.
Producer Laura says it's when you tell your bad jokes is probably when they mute. How very dare you? Those jokes that I come up with are beautifully crafted. You know, it takes me ages to come up with those. I don't just throw them in at the last minute. Sit there for hours and end writing those, ready for each show. So how very dare you?
Are they the ones that you try on your wife, is it? It's like, oh,
yeah,
that again.
Yeah, the ones where she goes, oh, will you just shut up? I've heard that one a million times. You're not funny. Stop it. And then I tell it to my daughter who's 9 and she's like, don't get that, Daddy. And then I have to explain it, and about half an hour later she gets it, and then she goes, that's not funny.
She comes right back going, Daddy, I got it.
Yeah. So at least you guys occasionally laugh at my jokes. But anyway, carry on.
Oh, brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the tri-blends for these ones. You could use the classics. You could even use some of the classics in your discovery kits. Now, ours are all in as one. So what I'm just going to do is I'll read the names because I can't tell you what actual package they're out from. But if you go onto the website when you're going on and adding them to your basket, it tells you the colours. So I'm using the hydrangea blend for this one. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going with the lightest tone first. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go back and forwards. And what I'm just going to do, also doing it just in circular motions, I'm coming like 2/3 of the way down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip to the opposite end. If you're new to the tri-blends, never heard of them, what it is, it's our 3-colour blend. So it's the 3 shades, but it's in the one pen. So we've got the light at that end, we've got the dark at this end, and then we've got the medium in the other. So if you are familiar with our blending and shading with the 3 tones, this is now a tri-blend where you've got all 3 colour shades in the one pen. So then I've just gone back to the dark end, and then what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to do again circular motions. I just want to get that colour down, got a bit of cardstock underneath, just so that it absorbs any excess. And again, we're laying that one down. Then we're going into the mid-tone, and then just where the dark just meets the light, again circular motions, and I'm just doing it where the dark just meets the light, and then what I'm doing is I'm coming down and covering that whole light area. So again, just going over the top. Then we're going to go back to the light tone, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to blend that one out. So let's do that one again. Takes a couple of moments just for the alcohol to evaporate because they're alcohol-based pens. But then what happens is you start to see that blend and come all the way through. It can look absolutely incredible.
What's your colouring journey? Because I don't think I've done many colouring shows with you, Craig. Is it something that you've come into a little bit later on in craft, or is it something that you've always enjoyed doing?
It's something that I've come into later on in my crafting life. Now, obviously, I have been crafting for some time now, but colouring is never one of those areas that I tend to do a lot. Yeah. And actually, last week here in the UK, I was on Create and Craft with several Spectrum Noir shows. Do you know something, Ben? I had an absolute blast, and the feedback that I had, you know, was so good because I'm colouring. I'm not as experienced as Debbie or Fiona or Leanne, you know, or even Jan, any of the team. That's how you'll always see me doing a lot of the foil press or die cutting shows. But I have been doing more and more colouring because when I was on isolation for the 12 weeks, you know, during the first lockdown, what I was doing a lot was colouring with my classics and my tri-blend pens. So I really started to get more confident with the colouring, and I got more proud as each colouring aspect came and grew and grew. So it is techniques that you'll start to see me do more and more. And in actual fact, Ben, yes, you have got myself in my very first Colour Me Happy in I think since we've ever started Colour Me Happy, was the first time that I maybe done 1 or 2, and I've never done a Colour Me Happy since, and I'm back tomorrow with a full 2 hours of Spectrum Noir. So that goes to show how much confident I'm getting, and obviously how much Sarah sees the confidence that comes within, because we've still grown in confidence on certain areas within the company, and it's great for you to see that as well, and just make you think, well, you know, Craig's relatively new, he's grown with it, so if he can do it, I can do it, which is absolutely the case.
But I think that's great though, isn't it? And I think, you know what I love about this place is that it's nice that, you know, our guys are obviously kind of, not have their strengths and weaknesses, but are kind of stronger in some areas than others. But I love the fact, like Craig's saying, you know, that whilst our crafters, they're sort of learning, they're quite happy to come on these shows and, you know, do 2 hours and kind of almost learn and show you what they've learned as they're getting better and more experience in a particular craft. You know what I'm trying to say? I know exactly what you're saying, and you're right. You absolutely are right. You know, and it just goes to show as well, if I was to make a mistake or I don't colour in that great, I'm human. Exactly. I am human. I'm learning with you. We're working along this together, and then that is us. We will be we'll be on this journey together. Absolutely. But can start to see how we have got that blending going from the dark from the middle always to the outside. Then you can carry on and you can colour until your heart's content. But what we are just going to do is we're going to move these ones to the side. I've got a few others just already done, but we'll just die cut a couple just so you can see how they look. That if you have done our stamping dies before, it's literally just taken your die and you're just going to overlay that over your image. So you're just having a look. I'm just following that black stamped outline on the inside of the die, and then once I'm happy, I'm just going to tape that down. I'll just do, let's just do the butterfly as well. So if I take this one, and we're just going to pop that over the top. Just whilst you're taping there, a few messages coming in reference muting shows. Sheila says, mute the two of you. Never listening to the two of you is some of the best parts of the show. Tammy says, mute you. Never happened, Craig. And Mary Lee on YouTube says, why would anybody ever mute you guys? Stephanie says, no muting allowed when it comes to the Ben and Scotty Hottie show. And Diane, just on your colouring, says, I love to watch Craig colour. He is so good at it. So there you are. You see lots of lovely comments coming in. Sheila also wants to know, I don't know whether you could answer this briefly or whether this is kind of like a life stories type thing. How did you get started in crafting, Craig? Maybe, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. It's made me thinking of maybe doing like a Facebook thing where I kind of sit you guys down and like chat to you about all your crafting journeys. I think that'd be really interesting. I've thought about that as well, Ben, and I think you know, or Derek or Joe, I think the presenting team would be perfect at that one. Because of your background history, Ben, I think you would be spot on at that. I think you would be absolutely brilliant. Maybe I should bring it to my Facebook page, and you could be my first interviewee. Would I have that honour? Would I? We could call it Ben Mosby Life Stories. Yeah. Craft Stories. Craft Stories. This is your craft. Do you remember that? You come out with the purple book! Laura, producer Laura, I love this! Oh yeah, the purple book, yeah. Yes, I love this! And then we can get people from your past to come back in. You know, like your first art teacher or something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Right. I know exactly what you mean. Gonna make this happen. Thank you, Sheila. So we're not gonna ask Craig just now how he got into crafting, but coming soon on Facebook, my new show called Ben's, what do we call it? Crafting with Ben. Craig, the Crafting Chats with Ben. This is your craft. Love it. Anyway. Love it. That's one for the future. It's good. It's one for the new year, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. No, I genuinely do think that'd be a good idea. I have thought about that in the past, sitting down and just chatting to crafters. Be good. So that's what we've done, is we've stamped and cut, and then what we've done is once we've coloured it, then all that I've just done is I've popped a few of these onto little bits of acetate. They're that small you can hardly see them. So they are literally, what's that, 1/4 of an inch that you can see there, and I've just popped it just, I don't know, maybe about 1.5 inches in depth. So all that we do is I've just popped some red liner tape on the back. Yeah. So this is where you're just now going to have fun, and you're going to position them wherever you like. So if I just strengthen that one by pulling it over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press that in,
So I'm just going to have a look, and then we're going to press that one in. So if I turn it that way for you to see, and then what we're going to do is we're just starting to build our scene. So I'm only going to do these 3 or 4 that I've got here. I've got one just at the side. Oh, it's falling down. So it's fallen. And then what I'm going to do is just going to tape that one, and we're going to press. So we're seeing how it's starting to build. Then this one here will also pop on a red liner tape and a bit of acetate. So that then can go into there. Now you're really going to make this really full of flowers and designs. Mix and match if you wanted to, that's up to yourself. And then last one just here, what we're going to do is we're going to pop on acetate as well. Nothing stopping you from not popping them on acetate. Like the flowers at the back, these ones here, you don't have to pop them on acetate, just stick them straight onto the little strips. And then what we're going to do is if I pop that one just there, so you're just going to start to build the pop-up box. We've got little tags in that as well that you can be using. So we can even just pop that one into there. And then we've got another tag. I've added the word celebrate. So I've just popped the word celebrate just here. And we're going to pop that one onto top just there. And then it's just going to build and build and build. So that's how it would start to look. And then once you've added lots of them, and done this one for our German friends across here, danke. And then we're going to then bring in that one so that you can see, really just going to town, just really popping in all the little flowers in there, and you can see how it starts to look. There we go.
Fantastic, eh? Absolutely brilliant. Craig, thank you so much. I mean, the thing I love about the kits that we bring you here is that they're so easy to get to grips with, aren't they? So simple to get to grips with, and very soon, very quickly. What I mean is that if you've got that pop-up box die, then you've got all of the characters here to go with it. Very quickly, you're looking like a professional crafter, even if you've never crafted before, because you're putting together, beautiful pop-up boxes like this. This one here is your ocean paradise with all of the mermaids and the fish and the coral and all that going on there. Just brilliant. So you get the stamps and the dies, of course, as well, to be able to cut these all out. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Got to remind me of the name. Once Upon a Time. It is unicorns and princesses and fairies and rainbows and fairy castles. So cute. Then you've got the vintage tea party. I mean, how cool is that? It's cake stands and teapots and cakes and buns and cupcakes. Oh, it's phenomenal. 42 elements in that collection. You're also then going to get your I Believe in Fairies. Guess what? It's all about the fairies in a little fairy garden. Then you're going to get within the bundle the Back to Nature. Again, more flowers and butterflies and tree stumps and little bird houses in there as well. And remember, dies for each of the stamps that you've got within that collection. Happy birthdays, presents and balloons and cakes and all sorts going on in there. And just think how much joy you're going to have putting this together and how much joy the recipient is going to have opening this up and the box exploding into life. And then you've also got your floral boutique, the one that we just saw there with all those beautiful flowers, and a great demonstration from Craig showing you exactly how easy it is to put all of these together. That's a heck of a saving today. It's a 25% saving plus a further 15%. Bringing that down to 66%, £66 I should say. Double discount for Black Friday. It should be £104 or $139, £66 or $89 today for that collection. Of course, if you're going for that and you want the pop-up box, you will need to go for the pop-up box die as well. Some lovely messages coming in. Lots of you loving the pop-up boxes. Rhonda, great way to use the acetate scraps, yeah, to make the boingers. I love making pop-up boxes, says Eleanor. I love the pop-up boxes, says April. And very nice, Craig. You make it look so easy, says Beth. Oh, and by the way, the new show coming soon. Fred says, Ben, what about Crafting Chronicles? I love that. And also, Susie T says on YouTube, Crafter's Companion presents Craft Stories with Ben. I mean, these are all there or thereabouts. Thank you. Keep them coming in, guys. I like that. We'll make it happen. I mean, because I don't know. I see these guys, every week. I've no idea, really. Have we started? Or, Debbie or Fiona or any of them. We'll do it. I'll learn with you. Right. Anyway, let's talk about these discovery kits because these are super duper cool. You are going to get all 6 within the collection. And basically it's all about showing you different ways of colouring and getting you into different ways in each of the kits. This one is the blended mandalas, proving really popular individually, $11.99 or $15.95. And on this, taking you through this, is Baz Fernell, who I met very briefly. One of the first weeks I was up here, actually. He was here. He is brilliant with his mandalas. And what you're going to get, again, with this collection is everything that you need to start doing these. So again, if you are looking to get into your colouring, mindful colouring, you've got everything that you need. So you've got your 3 tri-blends here, you've got your true blue, you've got your light green, and then your coral blend. And then you've also got in there as well your fine liner pens too. And then within that, you're going to get your cardstock. So kind of like your cardstock to get practicing with, and then you've got the actual images of the mandala as well. But you're not left alone because you've then got a full-on instruction booklet as well with the welcome from Baz, who truly is brilliant. As I say, had the pleasure of watching him work just a few weeks back, and it goes through knowing your tools, what does what, how you can get the very best out of these, how to use the tri-blends, how to use the art liners as well, and just how very quickly you can get going and put together these beautiful mandalas. So it's really kind of from basics right from the start to take you through to creating your very own beautiful mandala. And that's what I love about this. You've got every single component that you need, including your mandalas to colour, the practice card, and then, as I said, all of those beautiful pens and the art liners as well. And remember, you get that 6 times over because you're going to get the blended mandalas along with your watercolour, your concept design, your creative colouring, your illustration, and your modern calligraphy as well. That modern calligraphy, I think, looks amazing. Really interested in that, as the watercolour does too. And I know Craig's having a quick look in the box of the watercolour over there. Looking good?
I am indeed, yeah. So, Ben's just gone over it in a bit more detail. I went over the colouring one earlier on. This one's the watercolour one. So again, this is Spectrum Noir. This is our aqua pens. You're even getting your fine liner within this one. Again, this one you're getting 0.3 within the fine liner. So what this one is doing, and this one's going to teach you, again, using the booklet. This is our studio one, so I don't actually have the booklet in this one, but it's all about how to basically get this effect here. So you can see on that one, you've got the frog. You've got the frog on the printed paper for you to then actually colour in. You get some blank watercolour cards as well for you to colour. So it's about sketching using your pens, and thank you very much, Ben. Thank you very much. Perfect. So this is the sort of thing you're going to see and you're going to get. So if I move these ones to the side, so there is, we've got our colour, so you can see some of the different pre-printed ones. So you're not having to come along and do any stamping or that. You can practice with these. So you're getting 3 printed ones, but then what you're also getting is 3 blank ones. This is our watercolour card as well, so you know it's the best of the best. The only thing you will need is a paintbrush. Now, it can be an inexpensive paintbrushes. We've got them on the website, but all that you just need is to do a bit of painting with the aqua pens. We'll show you that in a bit more detail. So again, you've got Meet the Artist on Bonita. Know your tools when it comes to the aqua range, as well as using your fine liner, how to colour in, how to blend the colours, so your tips and techniques. So whether it's blending them, colour on colour onto your glass mat or straight onto your watercolour card, or then using, maybe a plate. However, use your glass mat, or even just use, if you have got one of our bang clatter, one of our craft mats. I always, really do suggest that you invest in one of our craft mats, because it's good to actually do techniques too. Again, more tips and techniques, a lot of ideas that you can then be following on our website, same address, spectrumnoir.com/discover. But it's about either drawing yourself when it comes to the pens, because what you have got, Just like our other ones, you may already have these colours in your full set, but you've got your real fine liner on one end, but then what you have got is you've got your little brush nib as well on the other end. So you can do, I'm not going to waste these colour cards to do a bit of colour. And what I'll do is I'll go straight onto the cardstock, and then let's just bring in some, I'm going to bring in a deep paintbrush. So if I just see if I've got a deeper one here. So what I'm going to do is, well, let's use this one. And then water brush. So what we're just going to do is either go straight on, I've got some water just here as well. So you can either just go straight on to your watercolor card. Yeah. And then if you come back in just with some water, so we're just going to come in just with our water, and we can start to blend them out. We can colour that out. So we've gone from a deep red,
Even I know that's green.
Yeah, it's definitely green. Deep green, to then keep washing it out, get lighter and lighter and lighter. So if you like to do your forest, your trees, your foliage, all of these nature kind of images or patterns, you can then start to colour them in that way just there. Wow. Alternatively, what you can also do is use this as a palette. So we're going straight into our glass mat, or as I said before, this is when this come in handy. Yeah. What you do on your glass mat, you can do on your craft mat and vice versa. So you can do straight with the one colour. So again, just load up with your water brush. If you've got our sparkle pens, use that instead, or if you've got a water brush, you can use that. And then just start to colour straight from, or paint, straight from your glass mat.
So I guess you could pre-mix your colours on there as well, couldn't you? If you wanted.
Exactly, you've read my mind, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
You've read my mind. No, don't apologise.
Beat you to it.
Don't apologise. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take that excess off, just because I've got some water in there, so I don't want to dilute my pen nib with some water. So what I'm going to do is, let's go back with the green. So we're just going to lay that colour down, and then what we're going to do is we can go in with, let's say, the yellow. So let's go in with the yellow, and then we're going to go back in with the brush nib. And the brush nib, because they're a nice flexible nib, and we're just going to colour that onto our glass mat. Come back in with our water. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of that green colour, and then all that I'm going to do is just start to pull the colours in. So you can then start to get more of a really, really pastel green by the more yellow that you bring in. Yeah. Or, you know, if you want it to still be a lot greener, then you can just go in with more of the green. But again, I'm just going to mix more of that yellow up, and you can see you've got the shades. Now, add more yellow, it becomes more lighter, more pastel. Add more green, it becomes more darker. Think of all the different shades that you can then get. But of course, you've got things like this that is left over. So if you want to then go one step further with your techniques, don't waste them. And I know we've got the spritz tool on the show as well. Let's just use the other side just to avoid waste. So don't just think as colouring. You know, this is then going to kickstart you when it comes to your colouring. This is more when it comes to taking your artwork, your colouring, your mixing of colours to that next level, where it's not necessarily colouring in with stamped images, although you do get some within your box, but it's also about how you can then colour, even then create backgrounds, draw your own design, colour in. So you've got all of that that's within those pens. You've got that booklet, and of course don't forget spectrumnoir.com/discover, and that's going to cover all of these discovery kits for you to follow.
Brilliant. Do you know what? Like we said, it's just a nice little kind of sneak peek into lots of different aspects of colouring without breaking the bank. And actually, you know, it's a great way for you to start learning in all of these different styles of colouring. But as we've already said as well, if you are, you know, a crafty family, if you love your colouring, if your kids are getting into it, you know, maybe they're studying it at school or whatever it might be, this is a super way to be able to get 6 stocking fillers for a, well, super low price. £45, $62. So if you have got someone who's wanting to get into watercolour, you know, maybe people who are, or, you know, kids who are getting into architecture or design or all these kind of things, these kits are brilliant. And that calligraphy set as well, I bet is absolutely brilliant. So calligraphy is covered off, watercolour is covered off here as well, illustration, creative colouring, the blending of the mandalas, and as we've just seen, the watercolour as well. 6 sets you're getting for £45. It is the best ever price we've done on this bundle. £45, $62. you're saving £26.94 or £33.70. Lots of inspiration as well, not only on this show, but if you check back on previous shows, you'll have seen these on. And of course, you do get the little leaflet inside each of the starter kits to give you a bit of an idea where to get started. You can get these individually, of course, $11.99 individually, but the best way to get them is at this price because it is an absolute steal.
Ben,
now,
can I just say as well, there is reasons that the world-renowned artists out there are using our Spectrum Noir ranges. Whether it is our classics, whether even it's our tri-blend pens, of course, our aqua. There is reasons that the best of the best artists out there, some have already come across to our Spectrum Noir range, and some are still already in the transition, and I'm sure there'll be many to come. That is how good we're getting. These Discovery boxes, not taking away any quality, it's what you already know and love with Spectrum Noir.
Thank you, Craig. Right. Stencils. I love stencils. I think they're brilliant because if you are brand new to this and you've never crafted before, I think the results that you can get from stencils is fantastic because you can use a whole host of different mediums to get the desired result. And actually, very quickly, particularly with the kaleidoscope layering stencils that we've got here, you can create some amazing projects, whether it be focal points for cards, backgrounds for cards, whether it be home decor ideas, whatever it is, stencils are a brilliant thing to go for, particularly today because this collection, which I'll show you through, is 24 elements, should be $63.92 or $63.60. You're saving 50% on this deal and then another 25% as part of our Black Friday event. So do not miss out. What you're going to get with these 3 different layers of stencils to build up the overall project, if you like, which is such a clever way to add depth and dimension to your stenciling. So this one is called Full of a Flutter. Those beautiful butterflies, the 3 different stencils build up using whichever medium you prefer, and you get that gorgeous finished project. Next up, this is cool. This is the geometric diamonds. And the way this builds up, you get a real cool sort of 3D geometric effect going on there. So again, nice way to get yourself a super background to get started, but a really, really cool design and so simple to achieve. This is the point with this collection. Then you've got your geometric florals as well. Again, the 3 different layers build up to create this final finished project. Then you've got your seamless argyle, and again if I just flip this around, you can see on the back there you get this wonderful argyle finish. Oh, hello. Then you're going to get your spotty dotty. Again, you've got the beautiful spots and stripes through that one. Next up is your sweet love. All about the hearts. I love the fact that this one combines images and some lettering in there as well to create a really unique effect. Then you're going to get your Dahlia Delight. So I get told off, is it Dahlia or Dahlia? What do you say? Dahlia or Dahlia?
Dahlia.
Oh, Dahlia. Dahlia Delight. Again, look at that. Look at the beautiful floral image that you can achieve there with those 3 stencils. And then last but by no means least, the Regal Rose as well. Take a look at that. $23.97 or $23.81 is the price on that, saving 50% and a further 25% on top of that. If you're in the need for your daubers and your inks, we've got those on the show for you as well. But let's get across to the other side and see what Mr. Craig is up to. Which one you're going to be using?
We're going to be using the Spot Dotty for this one.
Spotty Dotty.
Spotty Dotty. I know I keep wanting to call it Spotty Dotty. It's Spot Dotty.
Oh, it's Spot Dotty, is it?
It's Spot Dotty.
I thought it was Spotty Dotty.
No, Spot Dotty.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, but it's Spot with 2 T's.
It is, I know, but I want to keep saying Spotty. I know.
And in German, I like the German, it's Dotty mit Punkten.
Yeah, it is. I know it is. But yeah, love stencils. Stencils are one of those, I like to think is they're the new embossing folders. And what I mean by that is, for years, embossing folders kind of were just under the radar. They just kind of were used every now and again, a bit like stencils, but they're coming back, thick and fast, especially with the ones we bring at Spectrum Noir. Well, you use your Spectrum Noir inks, but a Crafter's Companion. So each set you're getting 3 stencils. Absolutely, use 1 if you want, use 2 if you want. but it's all about layering on top of each other. So the reason it's called spot dotty is you've got your lines, you've got your straight dots, and then you've got your little dotty ones as well. So what we're going to do is, we've got our white smooth stamping card. So anything with your Harmony water reactive inks, I would use our white stamping card. Use your temporary spray if you so wish. I don't tend to use it a lot with stencils because if my stencil was to move and I get a smudge mark, I like that effect. That's a personal preference. But if you want to use your temporary repositional sprays, then you can, no problem. So for this one, I like to also follow our 3 kind of tone family because you've got your 3 stencils. However, that's not necessarily. If you want to use a green, a blue, and a purple, you can do, that's up to you. And then you also get a bit of a guide on the front. So it suggests using the stripes first, then the circle with the lines, and then the dotties. But again, it's up to you. You can use it in whichever order you want. So let's go with the way that it suggests. So I've just got my water reactive straw bale. This is our water reactive dye ink pads. So I'm just going to lay that colour up. Again, sorry, Ben.
I interrupted you. Just looking at the dauber that you're using there, and again, this always comes up. What's the difference between the rectangular one that you're using there to perhaps like a lot of the circular ones? Is there a different one that you should use at a different time?
Not really. I always tend to say it's like personal preference. Some people find when it comes to your square ones, or it's called square, it's actually rectangle. With these ones here, some people find that they maybe get a bit of this is my card blank, so I'm going to use it. Sometimes they find that they can get maybe a bit of a harsh line.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to trying to do blending. With the circle, because you've got a more round element to it, because it is smaller, they find it easier. I do prefer the square ones, and I use these ones a lot because I find I get a better coverage. However, I know that you've got something incredible, I mean incredible, when it comes to your blending tools.
I have. Let me show you actually. I've just seen a funny message from Sally though, which says, a spotty dotty with a hotty scotty. I love that. Thank you, Sally. A spotty dotty with a hotty scotty. And I tell you what, talking about hottie, this deal is brilliant because we've got a fantastic deal as far as the blending tools are concerned. 34-piece collection for £17 or $22.50. It should be $25.94 or $33.70. And the great thing is with this, whether you prefer your square tool or your circular, you get both. So you've got your square tool with 3 of your sponges, if you like, not sponges, refills, you know what I mean. What are they called?
Blending pads.
Thank you, pads. Pad, Ben, really complicated word. You're then going to get 10 pads to replace that as well, so that's included. You're then also going to get, if you prefer your circular dauber, you've got one of those with the 2 pads on there, and then 10 replacement pads as well. So it may well be that you decide to keep 1 pad for, you know, 1 colour and so on and so forth. You're then also going to get your mini blending sponges as well, which is super handy to have. So basically, you know, whatever you prefer, you've got it within this set. And then you've got your fine spray misters as well, 4 of those included. That is a super bundle, isn't it, really? And again, if you're looking for a really cool gift idea as far as a stocking filler is concerned, that is brilliant. $22.50 or £17 if you want to go for that collection today. Craig.
These sorts of shows today, you know, we've got over the next couple of days, there's ones, you know, think about yourself. Always think of yourself when it comes to gifts like these, but think of stocking fillers as well, because these are one of those that are going to be great for maybe you're a husband that's watching because the wife's watching, or vice versa. These are these sorts of ones that you could then order and know that she's going to love them, or he's going to love them, because you're going to use them all the time. And if you've never tried them before, perfect set to actually try them and see which ones you prefer, and then you can stock up on other ones later on. So all that I just done there was just lay down the colour with a straw bale, and what I just done is I just went in lines. If I tried to do circular motions, because it's not taped down fully, it's just going to lift up. So that's why I just tend to swipe the colour over the top. And what you can also do is do a pen line in each corner if you want, so you know when you're going to get the next stencil in the right place. But as you'll see, when I peel that one off, I kind of already get a guide, you know, where the excess ink has already gone over the sides.
Yeah.
So therefore, you know, you don't need to worry too much about getting ink. So I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to bring in the next one. And again, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to line that one up to where my last stencil was. And I'm going to just tape it down. So we're just going to tape it towards the top. These stencils allow you to not be neat. You know, it lets you to get out the lines, it lets you to blend unnaturally. This is good for your mixed media, your pastes and that, you know. So if you find that you don't always get a good coverage, a good stencil effect, you know, you don't need to worry, it's very forgiving.
Yeah.
So all that I've done with this one, lay this one down, and now I'm going to go with the Lemon Tonic, which is the mid shade, and I'm just going to blend that one over the top. I'm just holding it down and I am just going in circular motions.
The lemon tonic is, we always see it, don't we, on these shows. The lemon tonic, I think, has got to be the favourite of nearly everybody.
I think
lemon
that one
tonic,
in
parakeet and fuchsia.
parakeet, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Parakeet's my favourite anyway. Love that one. But I'm using the water reactive inks, as you know, but use your sparkle inks if you want. Sparkle
Ooh,
pens,
yes.
sparkle pots. If you've got your texture pastes, use them as well. Use them, no problem. Just put them straight into warm soapy water afterwards and they will be absolutely good to go.
Just to say, by the way, if you have just joined us and you're just tuning in and seeing what's what, happy Thanksgiving. What is everyone doing? We would love to hear from you. And apparently we are in the background for a lot of people who are getting prepared, getting ready, cooking the Thanksgiving meal. We don't mind being in the background today, that's fine. It's Thanksgiving, it's, you know, it's a very, very important day. But if you get chance, send us a little picture. We'd love to see basically what you're having for your Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, I would.
I would.
And also, more than anything, we talked about this in the last show, I would love to see, what's the name of it? All I know is it's sweet potatoes covered in marshmallows, or yams as the Americans call them. Yams covered in marshmallows. What is that called? Is that got a name? I want to see that, please. Candied yams. I'd love to see that, please. If you're making that today, please send me a picture. So I definitely want to try that out for myself when I get back home. And what else do you have? What's a traditional? We literally, I don't know. I'm not asking this because you know trying to make conversation. I literally do not know. So what are you having today? What's everyone eating? What's on the menu? Share and share alike, peeps, because I'm quite interested. I'm sure Craig wants to know as well. And Laura, our producer today, she is the biggest foodie. Honestly, she loves food, and she's like, I want to know. Everyone wants to know. What you having? Send in your pictures and your messages, please. We want to know whilst Craig's doing some stenciling. Look at this. Fantastic.
So before I finish this one off, I just wanted to show you, so that was before I've done that third layer. So you're just layering upon each other. Then with this one here, the third layer, the dots, I've just popped that straight back over the top. And then all that I'm doing now with the honey pot is we're just going to blend that colour over the top as well. And then I have a funny feel, I think, is honey used a lot in, you know, glazing when it comes to Thanksgiving and with turkey or, oh yeah.
Oh, I'm getting hungry yet.
Oh, I make myself.
What I also want to know, by the way, is what's the difference between the Thanksgiving meal compared to the Christmas meal? Because when I think turkey here, obviously that's the main meat, isn't it, for Christmas here in the UK. So what's the difference? I want to know that as well. But anyway, sorry, I'm talking about food. Watch his demos. I'm getting hungry.
No, it's interesting though. You know, something just to see what the difference is with the two meals.
Yeah.
But you can see how we've now just built that up. So I've popped the coloured ink straight over the top that you can see there, layer upon layer.
Yeah.
I just trimmed that down and then I just trimmed it to 5x7 and then just round the edges, I just went back around with the lemon tonic, just around the edges, and then using our 12x12 sunflower and neutrals texture cardstock, I've just matted and layered that one. And then all that I've just done is I've popped my adhesive on the back. And then if you were lucky enough to get a recently new silhouette animal dies, I've just got them just to the side of me just here. And I know it's not honeycomb, but for some reason I was getting that bumblebee feel. So I've just die cut these ones out. So we could pop that one to there. And then these are the dies that also come within that set if you've got your hands on them. So let's just pop that one there as well as there. And then let's go be happy. And then there we go. So we've now created our own background. So instead of, you know, maybe bringing in pattern paper, if you wanted to create your own background from stencils, you absolutely can. Just something to send to someone, you know, it could be any other sentiment that you've got at home, just to let someone know that you're smiling and thinking of them.
Fantastic, love that. It's one of those crafts again, isn't it, that very quickly, even if you've never crafted before, you can look like an expert really, really quickly indeed. We'll come back to the stencils in just a second. I also want to remind you of our Christmas ornament for 2020. But before that, let's see what you've been showing us, because the emails have been coming in. Don't forget to send us your Thanksgiving menus as well, because I need to know what you're eating. If you can send pictures as well, that would be even better. But we, of course, have the pop-up boxes on the Creative Cravings, and Terry Anderson has sent in a beautiful pop-up box. That is gorgeous with the double-sided dies.
Wow.
Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? And do you know what? That's a really different take on it, because I always think of the boxes as kind of more sort of animated and cartoony with all of the different pop-ups that you get, and that is really, really beautiful. A very different take on it. So Terry, thank you for that. It's gorgeous. And Susie T, look at this one. Whoa, that is a pop-up box full of birthday happiness, isn't it? Look at that. I love the way as well that you've sort of decorated the front flap of the card as well with elements from the collection as well. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Terry, are you kidding me? What? Deep fried turkey?
Oh my gosh.
How big's your fryer?
How big is your family? Wow.
That is a big bird. Terry, seriously.
Look at that knife, it's like something out of Halloween. You need it for that turkey.
I tell you what, you do, don't you? Cool, blimey. That is... Oh, send in more pictures. I want to be involved. I want to celebrate Thanksgiving.
I want to be in her gang.
Yeah. Wow, Terry, that's brilliant. More pictures of food, please. Oh, I'm drooling, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I just also, talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas and all sorts, just want to bring your attention once again to this beautiful little decoration. I obviously love this decoration. I think it's brilliant, but I also love the fact that if you can stretch to $5.99 or $8.99 today, not only are we going to send you this beautiful Christmas decoration, but you're also helping out a fantastic charity here in the UK, the Bradley Lowry Foundation. The great thing about this, it's in Crafters colours. It's got our little logo on it. It's packed full of crafty goodies in the little stocking as well. And it's only $5.99 or $8.99. And if you decide for yourself, do you know what, I want to get one for me and one for a friend, you can, because it's 2 for $10 or 2 for $15. And like we said, all profits from that will go to the Bradley Lowry Foundation. I know loads of you have already bought that, but if you haven't, then grab it today. Keep sending in your pictures, please. We would love to see what you've been up to as far as the crafts are concerned. Any stenciling projects, anything you've done with the discovery kits, any more pop-up boxes. Also send us pictures of your food as well, yeah? I want to see what you're eating. Seriously, more food today. I mean, not normally I think I get told off, so you've got to ask them to send in pictures of crafty stuff, not food, but come on. It's Thanksgiving, right? So send your pictures. I want to see food. Craig, do you want to see food?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Laura in the studio, our video wants to see food. George, do you want to see food? Director George? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they all want to see it. Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Please send us pictures of food. Charlotte on YouTube says, turkey for Thanksgiving, ham for Christmas. That's interesting. 4 Holidays on YouTube. Thanksgiving is turkey for us. Christmas Eve is a big gathering normally. So a buffet with a lasagna, ham, cocktail meatballs. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds amazing. Lots of sides, salad, pasta and dessert. Christmas Day's prime rib. Carrie, turkey for Thanksgiving, ham for Christmas, yeah, a Christmas ham, yeah. And Alison on Facebook, we serve turkey and prime rib with all the trimmings for Christmas dinner. Oh, hang on a minute, someone's not impressed. What's up with you over there?
I adore ribs.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Yeah?
Not for Christmas.
Oh.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Christmas is turkey, with all of the different meats, you know, beef and gammon. You know, you've got all of your vegetables, you know, all nice and sweet and juicy. Obviously, never Yorkshire puddings on the Christmas dinner. They're left for another day. You know, that's another argument. But yeah, I love that. Not ribs. Not ribs on Christmas Day.
Well, you're going to be hating on me because as much as I can appreciate the meat, for 2 years I've mainly not eaten meat. So Christmas, I don't have it on Christmas. Wait till you see his face. No, I have salmon on Christmas Day.
No, I can understand that. No,
yeah.
I can understand salmon on Christmas, and I know people that are maybe vegetarians or that. You know, I can understand. But do you know something? This is the year that's become, you know, just anything goes.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
Do what you want.
Yeah,
it's your
do what you
Christmas.
want.
Don't
Yeah.
take no notice of him. If you want prime rib on Christmas, tell him to.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Ben.
Oh.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. Do whatever you want this Christmas, but don't have prime rib because you're going to upset him, and you wouldn't want to upset the Scotty Hottie, would you? Now. Now, let us have a quick look at. Oh yes, we are doing these stencils because these are proving very popular. I think these are brilliant. And again, if you are someone like Craig was saying earlier on, somebody who's shopping for a crafter and thinking, what can I get? This is a brilliant thing because they will love it. It's 24 elements, 3 stencils within each set, if you like, to create that real 3D effect, that kaleidoscope layering effect. So $23.97 or $23.81. It's 50% off plus 25% off. You will get the All of a Flutter, which is these beautiful butterflies. You're then also going to receive within the collection the geometric diamonds. Again, creates a real beautiful 3D effect. And you've seen actually when Craig was showing you just then how easy these are to use. You know, you don't need to be kind of, you know, professional level crafter to use these. You can come in as a beginner and achieve the effects really quickly. Those are your geometric florals. You're then going to get your seamless argyle as well. All you need, you know, once you've got these is your inks. And as we saw with Craig, you know, 3 inks will get you going, 3 ink pads will get you started. You know, and we've got that brilliant deal, of course, on the blending tools as well, so you can snap that up and you're away. This is your Sweet Love. Again, that one's really cool for the fact that it incorporates lettering with the imagery as well to give a really, really cool effect. You're then going to get your 2 florals at the end as well. This one is the Dahlia Delight. Look at that, the effect that you can create there. Gorgeous. Have fun with your inks, have fun with your colours. You know, see what works best for you. And then you've also got your Regal Rose as well. Let's just stress the price on that again. $63.92 or $63.60. You're paying under £24 or under $24 today. It's Black Friday, of course, tomorrow, but we're running Black Friday from Tuesday gone through Sunday to give you the chance to take advantage of some big, big deals. So do not miss out. Lots of chat still coming in on the food. Pamela says, we don't have a turkey at Christmas. We have the original traditional fare goose. Something that I've, no, never had goose. And Karen on Facebook says, prime rib is a steak. Yes, it is. Right.
So you say, oh, it's a prime rib as a steak. Well, either way, it still should be a Christmas dinner. You say goose, I always think of the little character on Muppets Christmas Carol. You know, when he's jumping about on the goose. It's a goose!
Oh, I don't remember that bit.
It's a goose, do you not remember?
No.
Yeah, I think is this not the scene with the little rat, where the turner of the turkey, and he's jumping, he goes, it's a goose!
What does he say?
It's a goose!
I need to rewatch that. I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Is it all with Michael Caine in?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
It is, yeah. Baby
Oh, Little Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little Robin frog. Yeah. Not Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's in it, but who says, it's a goose? Robin, the little frog.
The little character, yeah.
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
No, it's not in that scene.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll just have an argument later on about who actually said goose and Muppets Christmas
Glad we
Carol.
cleared that up.
Cleared that up.
Yeah.
So this one here, what we're going to do is, he's jumping about
Yeah.
on the turkey. It's a goose.
It's a goose.
We're going to use the full of a flitter on this one. So we're going to show you a slight different way as well, because what you can do is you can then ink around the design. And what I mean by that is exactly what we're going to show you. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take this first one. So here you can see a bit better. So there is number 1. Some of them have got them numbered on them, not all of them. But again, you're just going to go back to the actual packaging. That gives you an idea. So then you've got your second one that's got the detail of the butterfly. And then you've got your decorative background as well. That's one that would be so good just to use as it is for other backgrounds. So what we're going to do with this one, stick in as always with our water reactive ink pads. We're going to use Pink Tulip, Plum Jam, and then Baby Blue. So we've got 2 purples and then we're going for a blue. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our smooth stamping card. Once again, you can use your temporary sprays to hold it down. I don't necessarily always do that. I just tape it along the top. There we go. I could see Ben just having a little laugh there. I was like, see, wait, say something there.
I just have to, sorry, I was just checking, because sometimes when we get stuff through, I just have to check it before I read it out, because it makes me laugh. It's just the word, which is funny. Margaret on Facebook says... Yeah, if you guys have heard of this, because I have not heard of this, I've checked it out on Wikipedia, and it's the thing, so it must be true, it's on Wikipedia. Do you have... Do you have turducken? Turducken. Do you have turducken in the UK? What a word that is, turducken.
Especially when you don't say the full word at the start.
No. It's a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken.
I've heard of that before, but not the name.
Wow. So what you put? You put them all in. You stuff them all in. So like a little, the little Russian dolls, and then you whack it in the oven. How long do you have to cook that for? About 3 weeks? Turducken.
I've heard of that before, but I've never actually heard the name.
I love that word. That's my favourite word.
It's your word of the day.
It is my word of the day. Turducken. Wow. Turkey stuffed with duck, stuffed with a chicken. Wow.
I don't know. I think it would be, maybe looks not very nice.
Do you know what?
I think it tastes nice.
I've only eaten fish, and I've not eaten meat, so I'm what you call a pescatarian. But yeah, that sounds like something I might go for this Christmas. Turducken. Anyway.
I bet you it's a nightmare to prepare.
I was going to say, how long will it take to do, to stuff them all in? How do you
take a while.
I'm thinking about that, does it?
It does it?
No.
So now that I've done the first layer, I'm just bringing in layer 2. And again, if you want to do a pen mark, you can do. But because I've got the excess ink around the side, that gives me a bit of a line to line up. But again, these are so forgiving, these stencils, so you don't need to be too precise if you don't want to be. But I'm just going to tape that one up. So that first layer was the pink tulip. So now we're going to go into the plum jam. So we're just going straight over the top. So we're just going to ink all of that colour. And then what I'm going to do is just layer them ones up. Now at this point, if you let that base layer dry, which is the pink tulip, you could then come on top with the layer I'm doing now, maybe using something like our pigment ink pads, and then put embossing powder on the top. That would be a good one to actually use. Or again, your sparkle pens or pots, anything like that. Really, any medium that you've got, you could then be using to yourself. So that's the second layer done. So if I lift that one up, so even then, it is on its own, how incredible that looks, how vibrant. Again, you can choose whatever colour you want.
Can you just remind me of the colours that you've used? Because I wasn't really listening because I was too busy thinking about turducken.
So the first layer of the kind of like the silhouette of the actual butterfly was the pink tulip. That next layer was plum jam. Now this layer, which is all that background, we're just going to layer that over the back. But what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to use the baby blue.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do with this one, with that first demonstration, each layer I completely went over the full image, whereas this one, I'm just layering up my baby blue. But what I'm doing with this one is, and again, don't be neat or precise, but I'm not necessarily going over the butterflies, I'm just inking in between. Now, if I get some ink onto the butterflies, which I will do, I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. It's just all about getting that colour down. It's very kind of, I say it a lot, but it's very kind of like an organic look when it comes to creating the image. You know, you don't have to be precise. Layering that one down. And it's just something a bit different, having the blue in the background, but with having your pink tulip and your plum jam at the forefront.
Yeah. I like the way that, again, with this, it's quick craft, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It is.
You're not having to sort of faff about with too much sort of preparation and stuff. So again, it's I always say it, it sounds like a step record, it's a great craft to get into if you're just sort of starting out, or maybe you're wanting something to do alongside another craft that you already do. I could imagine that because you can get results so quickly, stenciling will become very, very addictive very quickly.
Very, because you see it come to life, you see it start to build up image-wise, and you just think, right, different ways that we can use that.
Yeah.
So we're going to use it actually on top of a box, but just quickly, what I am going to do, I am going to trim this because I want to edge it with another colour. So I'm just going to trim all that excess off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in another water reactive, which is going to be the ocean blue. And again, another way where it shows how you can use your ink pads in other ways. So I want to add colour all the way around, but instead of actually using my blending tool, all that I'm going to do, Ben, is just go down the edges. Doesn't do your ink pad any harm or any damage. Yeah. Just gives you a nice faint, but in your face, well, it's in your face kind of line. You know, you can see it subtle, but you can really see it up close. Yeah. And it's just an alternative for mats and layers. You go over the edge, don't worry. Again, this is the great thing with these stencils. You don't need to worry. That just edges it off all the way around. And then you don't have to do matting and layering. But of course, me not doing matte and layer just isn't possible. No. So I've just done a bit of purple matte and layer on the background. So you can see that one just there. Then what I'm just going to do is I've got one made up, but I'll just quickly go around. We're going to pop this on the top of a box. Yeah. So this time, again, to show you how you can do watercolour card for other things. We're going to make a box out of watercolour card. So to fit this one, which was 5 by 7, what we're just going to do is I've taken my cardstock, which is 7 by 9, and I want it to be an inch depth. So we're just going to pop that up. This is the Scoremaster we've got on the show as well. Yeah, just to say that as well, just to jump in, the Scoremaster you get with the 12 by 12 pad, and the deal that you've got there works out that you're going to get the Envelope Box Creator for free. And I know that that's a much sought after product, so a really, really good deal to go for. $38.97 or $53.89 is what it should be. $25.98 or $38.94. Take off your platinum, 20% off that as well. The price comes down to a bonkers low one. But you get the Scoremaster board, the Envelope Box Creator, and the 12 by 12 pad, and it works out that you're getting the Envelope Box Creator for free. Also got deals on the watercolor card stock as well. Black Friday deal on that. 45 sheets for $7.98. Phenomenal. And it's on a buy two, get one free as well. So a really good time to get stocked up on that. We've got some fantastic deals. Check the web because we've got even more great deals like that as well. On the things like the Nina on acetate as well. Honestly, there's some phenomenal deals. Get on board and have a look because there's lots there for you to shop as we head into actual Black Friday tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, what? I mean, tomorrow's going to be amazing, isn't it? We've got well, something rather special tomorrow first thing, and then something even more special at 4 o'clock because me and Craigie again, isn't it? Me and you. It is indeed. Me and you back together again. Colour me happy. I know. Colour me happy. I'm going to be happy all day long. Yeah. Working with you and being on Colour Me Happy. Yeah. We have a laugh, don't we? Eh? We have a laugh. We do indeed. Most of the time. Yeah. Most of the time. Yeah. As soon as the camera stopped rolling, it's totally different. Yeah, it is totally different. They say that, don't they? You know, about on-screen partnerships. You know, on screen looks like they get on, but they say that. You should see us off-screen, like cats and dogs. We are. Thing is, people don't want to know that they're a great happy family, do they? They want to think that there's arguing and fighting like me and you, Ben, backstage. Exactly right. Exactly right. Really like a soap opera with the pair of us. Maybe we'll find out more. Get what we're like craft room. I was about to say, I'm your son. Better not go down that road again. You know what happened last week, eh? Yeah, I know what happened last week.
Wow. What was I going to say? I can't remember. It doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, it's all next episode tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Crafters
Oh, that's what I was
TV.
going to say with the Crafting Chronicles / Ben's Craft Stories. You know, find out Ben and Craig's true off-screen relationship.
Yeah, it could be on the front of, the next issue of Crafters Inspiration. Craig and Ben split. Arguments in the craft room. You can imagine that, can't you? So just using our scoreboard, we've just created our box just there. Now I've done that very, very quickly with our actual tape runner, but we can see here, there's one. So either using your wet glue or your red liner tape when it comes to boxes. So I'll just use that one because I know I spent a bit more time. Bringing in your stencil. So let's just take the backing off just here. So we're just going to take them off just to secure it. Pop this one on. So not only have you made the box and you've decorated it, which decorating boxes with paper pads looks lovely, but why not just add some of your stencil design on the top?
Yeah.
So you can see there, just going to just press that. So there is our gift box. Decorate the edges if you want, but then just bringing that one in, and we can see there we've just done our stencil and popped it on our box.
Beautiful. Look at that. $23.97 for your stencil collection, or $23.81. Save 50% plus 25%. It's a phenomenal buy, and again, a quick, easy craft. Great buy if you're shopping for a crafter. They will love that. And again, the sort of deal, the fact that you're getting 8 different sets, aren't you? You can split them up if you've got lots of crafters in your life, and pop them into various stockings. Don't miss out on that. Now, something else you don't want to miss out on are the tri-blends. We've got some phenomenal colours on the show. It's a fantastic multi-buy for you as well. So they're $19.99 individually, or $29.95, or you can go for a 2 for $35 deal, or 2 for $50. And just to quickly whiz through these, we've got a whole host of different selections. So your coastal blends, which features your ice blue, light green, blue turquoise, your true blue, your jade green, and your green turquoise. And again, don't forget with each of these, light, medium and dark colours to give you that real smooth blend, that real gorgeous colour. If you're wanting to get that professional look of colour and blend, then you've got it with these. Vintage blends is also included. That one there, you've got your vintage blue, antique pink, dusty purple, muted brown and yellow green, and your red brown. If you're wanting something more exotic, then you've got that there as well in the exotic blends. There's alpine green in there, the pink violet. Look at that gorgeous gold yellow in there too, and the burnt orange. Next included, you've got the dual shades. Remember, 6 different colours and 3 shades within each pen. It's amazing, really, when you think of the value for money. This one here is your woodland shades. You've also then got your portrait blends for all of your skin tones. Then you've got your natural blends as well, with your yellows and your greens and your greys in there. And then you've got your floral blend too. Again, that's your citrus, your orange, your dark reds, bright pink, lavender, and your purple blend as well. $19.99 for 6 or 1 set, or any 2 for £35 or $50. Right, let's quickly look at the pop-up boxes. One thing that you will need, which we touched on earlier, if you're going to make the pop-up boxes, obviously, is the base die. The set that we've got, the bundle that we've got, gives you kind of all of the characters that you can use to pop into your box. But this is the mechanism. This is what Craig was showing you at the start of the show when he made the first box. This is what you will need if you want to make those pop-up boxes. And it's so simple. Once you've got this die, you can create that pop-up box very, very simply indeed, using your die cutting machine. And then you can pop in the slats, as you can see there, to pop on all of your characters. You get the slat in there as well, all of the layers, and then you've got the little tags included on there as well. That is $19.99 or $31, saving 20% today on that. But you've seen how easy it is to use, and it is an absolute must if you are wanting to create. Now, where have they gone? Oh, they're there. Look at me being organised, put them in front of myself. If you're wanting to create the Gemini pop-up boxes, this here is the collection which is going to give you all of the different characters, if you like, for all the pop-up boxes. It is 186 elements. You get dies for all of the stamps within each one. £66 or $89, saving 25% plus an extra 15%. Should be almost £105 or $140. The first one you're going to get is your Ocean Paradise. And do you know what? As much as it's nice for me to sort of stand here and hold this up and show you, we can scooch over the other side of the studio and have a look at Craig's Ocean Paradise box, all the mermaids. Let's have a look.
So here we go. So this one's just been created, just following the way I explained it earlier on by using the Gemini Junior. You can see just there making a nice shallow one.
Yeah.
So you've got all the components in the middle. So you've got the straps and then using the Ocean Paradise. So you've got the mermaids, you know, different looks to the mermaids. You've got the seaweed as well. You've got the little fishes. You've got the starfish, seahorse. And then within these papers here, we've used a combination of the 8x8 paper pad, but then done a bit of inking as well on the backs.
So there you go. Thank you. That's your Ocean Paradise. Next up is Once Upon a Time. I really like this. I'm kind of into unicorns and princesses and fairy castles at the moment because my 9-year-old daughter's a big fan of all of that. So you kind of go with the flow, really, don't you? But I really love this collection. Again, you've got a 20-piece set with loads of stamps and dies for you to be able to create Once Upon a Time, which Craig's got.
Which I've got here.
Over there.
So this is the one that is nice and blue. But again, another look. So this one's also been done using the Gemini Junior. So what we'll do is the next ones we show you is going to be larger ones. But it goes to show the background of the box, or the actual box, has been made using Centura Pearl. So bringing in some of your own cardstock, your glitter cards, but then look at the colours that you can use here. So it's very very character themed. You know, it could be the prince and princesses theme there. You've got the unicorn in that as well. Colour them whichever way that you want. Great for maybe a little girl's or a little boy's bedroom. You can do so many different things. Use them on their own as well if you wanted to, or bring in other dies such as your pop-up dies and use them. These are the pop-up dies. Use your peekaboo dies and stamps, that will work in there as well.
Also worth mentioning, whilst the main bundle that you can see here is a great deal, they are also on a multi-buy deal. So 2 for £26 or $35 if you just want to kind of dip your toe in the water with these. But you'll have a lot of fun. And don't forget, you know, you won't just be using these with your pop-up box. You'll find that you will use these with lots of other crafts as well, and you know, lots of other card projects too. Next in the bundle though, and again you can go individually or go on a 2 for £26 or $35, is the Vintage Tea Party. We all have a good tea party, don't we? This is all about your teapots and your cake stands and your cupcakes and your gâteaux and all those sort of things. Once you pop this together, it might look a little bit like this.
Here we go. So again, decorate it using our own green cardstock, but then look at the pattern of your bunting, look at your books there, you've got your tea party, you've got your cakes. How incredible do those cakes look? Bit of cake after the turkey would look awesome.
Oh, after a bit of turducken, I tell you what.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Tastes incredible. Decorating it, as you can see there, and then look at the size. So this size has just been determined by showing you the way that the way someone's just given Ben the giggles there. Just following the way that I showed you earlier on using the guillotine. That's how we've created that size.
Next up, I believe in fairies. And again, really love this. I don't know if you have a fairy door in your household, but we have in ours. It's forever being used by, again, my 9-year-old daughter. And I think this just basically encapsulates it all, because you've got the fairy door, you've got toadstools and fairies and all sorts going on there. And once again, 28-piece set. Which gives you the ability to be able to stamp out all of the images and then cut those out as well. It really is a very cute collection. Next up is your Back to Nature. Again, something a little bit different here, certainly different to the fairies, but this is all about your florals. There's a really cute little birdhouse in here as well, and we can see this a little bit better with the pop-up box that Craig has got.
Absolutely, changing the colours completely. So these have all been done either using the tri-blends or the classic pens for these ones. But what I want you to do is pull your attention into the bow at the front. So this bow actually creates two bows. You've either got your decorative detail bow or you've just got one that is a plain solid bow. That's up to yourself. So decorate it onto the front as well. Why not use it on the parcels? But of course with this one here, it's all been decorated using the 8x8 paper pad and then just coloured all the elements. This is a prime example to show you how many different elements you can actually pop within the actual pop-up box.
Just so cool, isn't it? And the fact again that you've got the ability, because you've got the slats in there to be able to fold these flats and then be able to post them out should you want to. Happy birthday! I mean, this is going to get a lot of use, is it not? Again, in this, it's all about birthday cakes and balloons and presents and all sorts. And actually, when you look at the happy birthday box you've got on the front of here, wait till you see that if you just use it in gold and black, it can look very different.
It can look incredibly different. And how gorgeous does this look? So you can see just what Ben was showing you how it's been used. So a bit of gilding wax as well as heat embossing. But look at these panels there. So using our embossing folders, just cutting them down to create our own panels. But how elegant does that look? So certainly a 30, a 40, a 50, 60, etc, etc. Very, very good for a male that likes your kinetic kind of pop-up cards.
And last but by no means least is the Floral Boutique. So this is the one that we saw a little bit earlier on. So this kind of wraps up the collection. You get all of this within the collection. You can go individually or on a 2 for $26 or $35 deal. And again, once you've popped it together, it might look something like this.
Here we go. Very spring-like on this one here. So again, changing the colours to pastel tones, but obviously you've got the flowers, you've got the flower heads, you've got the foliage, the leaves, the butterflies as well. There's another one of the bow where it's just been used without the decorative die. It's just used as a solid. But again, we've just used our Centura Pearl Purple to create the box, but then what we have done is use the 8x8 paper pad to decorate them as well. So you can see again, this one here where we've used the large Gemini to cut it, but you could make a smaller version if you want.
Just to say that if you want to be able to decorate the boxes and if you want to be able to recreate them in the styles that you've seen here, a lot of them have been decorated using the 8x8 paper pad. 48 sheets in here, and you're going to get all these different designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? I think so. But anyway, let's have a quick look through all these beautiful papers in here. So again, working perfectly with your boxes because they all kind of fit in on the theme. Love that one with the clouds on. It's about the Simpsons, isn't it? And you've got some polka dots in here. You've got some checks and florals in there as well. Love that brick wall design in there too. Some chevrons in there. All sorts of different papers in there for your boxes. And it's $9.99 or $14.95. Again, take off your 20% if you're platinum. Comes down even further for you as well. Just worth mentioning also that you might have seen this ornate bow on a few of the boxes that Craig was showing you a few moments ago. I mean, that's a great little addition to pop into your basket if budget allows today. Or again, if you're looking for a little stocking filler, again, that's a super buy. £8 or $14 with a 20% saving on that. And we've got about 5 minutes left. I don't know where the time's gone. 5 minutes left. So let's have a quick look at this if we can. Can we whack that through the machine?
We can do indeed.
Good-o.
So this is the one I've used without the decorative detail. So this is how it can look, you know, a real substantial size bow. But you also have the option to cut it with the decorative detail in the middle. So what we're going to do is I've just got some of our pink 12x12 cardstock. So all that I'm going to do is lay these ones on. As I always say with these sorts of dies, what you can then do is do the die cutting separately, but I'm just going to tape them down so they're nice and secure. But do you know what this would be good at doing, Ben? Yeah. See this decorative part? Why not foil it with your foil press?
Oh,
and then come along with that outside die and then cut it out. You remember I showed you how you could use your normal dies, so why not do that? Exactly the same with the little tabs at the bottom. You've got the decorative panel. So if you don't want the decorative panel like the one I showed you, use it as it is like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the two panels together. Let's just see if I can line that one up. So we're just popping that one in. And then they really are very easy to construct, like we'll show you. Yeah. So let's just straighten that one up just ever so slightly.
Got any foil pressing tips, by the way, you can watch the show back from earlier on, the masterclass with Craig, which was jam-packed packed full of inch tips and demonstrations, and we had a laugh as well. Actually, it was good fun. You can watch that back, of course, on YouTube, Facebook, and indeed our website. You can catch up on all of our shows. You know, if you missed any last week before, I think they go right back to it all began, don't they? Pretty much, they go back to the beginning of time.
I know. This will be good to see all the different hairstyles throughout time as well, isn't it? That's the way I think.
Yeah, that would be interesting actually. Or just, you know, if we're all still here and doing this, you know, in 20 years' time, you know, having a look what we were like then. God blimey, when I'll be 20 years, 61.
I know, it'll be. I'll try.
How old will you be?
How long did you say? Sorry.
20 years from now.
20 years. So I'll be 55.
55. Of course,
55.
Yeah, 20 years from now.
55.
Yeah. 55, 61.
There's a tabs. Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
I know.
Don't even want to think about it.
That beard will have a few grey flecks in it, won't it, Craig, eh?
I know. Well, I'm surprised they're not starting to come. Oh, I think there is a few that's been coming through.
Yeah.
But just pull them out. I know that you're not meant to, but you can see there. So there is our bow. So all that we're going to do to construct them.
Get an ink pad out and just do that.
Yeah, or a classic pen and just colour them in. You ever come back to me on camera and I'm caught just colouring in my hair, that's what I'm doing. So using a pokey tool or anything that's round, all that I'm just doing is just turning it just to give it a bit of a curl. This isn't necessarily, however, what this just does is this just makes it easier just to fold into the middle. So I'm just folding that middle tab, folding that middle tab just there. Then you've also got this little tab here. So all that I'm going to do is pop adhesive onto the back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to fold that one over. So I'm just going to place it within the middle just there. Then all that I'm going to do is just fold that one over the back, fold it over the back. Then I'm just going to add adhesive into there, and then we're just going to sit that onto our tab at the top, and then there is our decorative bow.
Brilliant.
And then we can see, so there's one that's decorative, and that's one that doesn't have the die cut detail that you can see just there. So if I bring it in that way, you can see just there, going there, two different ways in which you can use it.
Hey, what a brilliant way to wrap up the show. If you want to get that ornate bow, £8 or $14, saving 20% today. Thank you for all the lovely messages coming in. Linda saying, love the cards today. Diane said, thank you so much, Craig, Ben, and the CC crew for another great show. As usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Susie says, loved all the demos. Today has been a great day with the pair of you. And Sally says, fab show. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it has been amazing. We've really enjoyed it. Big thank you to the guys in the gallery as well, to Laura, to George, and to Erin, who have all made this happen today. And we'll be back tomorrow. So let's get this right. I'm here tomorrow at 1 with Sarah as we get ready to open up the craft vault on Black Friday. And then tomorrow at 4, what are we doing, mister?
We are going to be colouring with a bit of smiling on our face. We're going to be colouring me happy, and that's also part of Black Friday. So let me tell you, if you like your colouring, maybe you've not invested in much of it, tune in tomorrow, because we're going to get all inky.
And I tell you what, if the deals have been good today, as we've been leading up to Black Friday, imagine how good the deals are going to be on actual Black Friday. I would be here if you can tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. In the meantime, have a brilliant Thanksgiving from all of us here at Crafters TV. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.